So we've got a pretty wild one here today. And I mainly want to talk about this because it is getting so much traction online, and I do see people agreeing with it. So I have to bring it to this community's attention. Long story short, Eris, who is revealed to be Blackbeard's mother and the wife of Rox, is secretly Emu hiding in plain sight. So at first when I saw this, I didn't agree with it because it just didn't make sense to me. But then when I saw some other things, maybe there's something there. So first of all, we've talked about for 2-3 years now that Emu is very likely to be a woman. One way or another, Emu is a woman. Maybe not inherently, but they are currently a woman for sure. It seems that way. And Eris is kind of strange a little bit. Not entirely suspicious, but she kind of just comes out of nowhere, and there is emphasis placed on her. We see her face, she gets to talk. There has to be some significance to Eris, other than just being the mother of Teach. And we know that Rox had invaded Mary Joie, got into the Room of Flowers, looked Emu in the face, said, hey, I'll be back here when I'm strong enough to kill you. That was the implication or whatever. So that could be the motive there for Eris getting with Rox if they are Emu. But also we talked about this, and it was how did the Davy clan get Dami Reversied on God Valley? Because it kind of just happens and Garling is there with them. And I guess you could say Garling Dami Reversied them because Emu gave him the ability to do that. I mean, we saw that the Holy Knights can activate the Abyss teleportation circle thing. So maybe they could Dami Reversied people as well. People were speculating that it wasn't Garling, it was Eris who was Dami reversing them because she herself wasn't Dami reversing. Neither was Teach. And it's why is that? Because the rest of the Davy clan was. Or maybe she was just rescued in time. But here's the thing that really makes me laugh, and it's so divisive and polarized, I guess. I hope that you've seen this, Sai.
I know what you're going to bring up, and that is the reason why we cannot dismiss the theory or the idea.
Yeah, the Emu at Elbaf activates this magical circle thing. Around the circle, it appears that it says Eris D. Tar. What do you think of that?
So, Oda loves mumbo jumbo, and I say that with the full heart. People are gonna be like, sorry, everything's important, but here's the thing, right? Poneglyph language, if you check Poneglyph language, it changes. He doesn't have an actual thing written out for that, right? The Poneglyph in Alabasta, he put Easter eggs in there, then he changed it later. He's having fun with these made-up languages. Even newspapers in One Piece, it's not a written language per se, half the time. So when people first pointed out Eris Tar, I said, okay, that's cool, but it could just be gibberish, right? I doubt every symbol on the Abyss circles actually matter, and I still believe that. But Eris Tar was interesting because it's okay, we can actually make this out, right? It's not complete gibberish. I can see Eris there, but I didn't know where to go with it at the time. I'm okay, so what? Emu's a person named Eris Tar? We got Emu and Arona. Where did Eris Tar come from? And then here we are, and we have a character named Eris, and it's wait a minute. Of course, I think D-Tar could just be just thrown away. Maybe D-Tar wasn't intended, but Eris, it was there. And now that Rox's wife is named Eris, it's okay. We also know that Emu likes women, right? He likes V, he likes the Lily. I mean, he probably would like Eris. Maybe that's his type. So there does exist a world. And Gunko, of course, right? Emu takes over Gunko. Gunko is God's steel. There is a world where Eris gets taken. Kind of like Gunko, right? Because for Gunko, we know that she's being possessed by Emu. Not Emu's inside her body. No. She got mind wiped, right? Men in Black, neuro wiped, where she wants to remember Brook. She can't remember Brook. And then the minute she does, Emu just comes in. So there is a reality where Eris does get taken over by Emu here. That would be a perfect way to explain how Rox gets killed. Imagine he's I'm gonna land the final blow. And then he turns around and Emu's his wife, you know what I mean? It's whoa. I just feel that would be a great way to make Rox not be able to fight Emu. Sad way as well. And of course, going back to Blackbeard, what do you want, the world? It's it could just also be I want my mom, dude. I want my mom back. Hello? That'd be pretty cool.
I'm more inclined to think that it's just gibberish and it's a pareidolia kind of, even though that's technically not pareidolia. I guess pareidolia is like when we're looking for faces and things.
Coincidence, though.
It does straight up look like Eris D. Tar. It does, for sure.
If we found Eris D. Tar after the fact, after we met Eris, I'd be like, okay, guys, we're just like seeing something out of nothing. But because we got Eris before Eris's reveal, it's like, it's hard to like turn it down.
Let's say that it is. It does say Eris D. Tar on the sigil. You're more inclined to think that Emu is controlling Eris rather than just straight up being like the actual Eris person. Eris is like a pseudonym for Emu Neurona, I guess. Like that's her, when she goes out into the world, that's, you know, her persona that she uses or whatever.
I think Emu is using Eris's body as like their main vessel. If I had to like really put my money down on it, that's where I'd be. Also,
you're thinking like, okay, if this is the case, then they slept with rocks and made Blackbeard? And it's like, yeah, we've actually seen this in Jujutsu Kaisen. I don't want to spoil anything for anyone. Yeah, because the season 3, it's going to be revealed what we're talking about. So I'm sure a lot of you are just casuals, anime onlys, and I won't spoil it. But I'll just say that in Jujutsu Kaisen, this happens. I won't say who does it or what it leads to, but this for sure happens. And I'm not saying Oda is taking that concept, even though it literally is the same thing, kind of.
I don't think that Emu has always been Eris. I think on this island, Emu takes Eris and becomes like her.
Okay, so it hasn't been a long game. It's just happening at God Valley? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Emu's first time seeing Eris, and then he's like, you know what? I need a new body. I'll take this. Like, you know, it's funny that the whole community kind of comes to this conclusion, but we assume that Emu's kind of like a body hopper, right? They can possess different people. They can do whatever they want. Right now, they're probably a girl. They might have been a guy in the past, vice versa. That's how I kind of see, like, maybe on this island, Emu's like, okay, I need a body. What can I do? Oh, here's a young lass. Let me take her. And it's Rox's wife. That's kind of where I'm at. Orochimaru, like, oh, I need to possess somebody real quick. Oh, hey, look at that girl. I'll take her.
That seems more likely. That's the more grounded take for all of this, for sure. And I guess that could go into what we were talking about in the previous video about Rox's death. Maybe it's just Emu takes over Eris and then kills him that way.
Yeah, you know, you can fight your family who are being possessed and have no way of coming back, but your wife, I don't know, man. That's
no, Rox wouldn't.
Especially if Teach is there too, right? Like,
yeah.
You know, here's your wife that's being possessed by some ancient demon, and then he or she also has your son. It's like, yeah, you're cooked. Can't do anything about that.
Yeah, I think that's fair. If there's any way that we can make sense of the Eris D. Tar and the sigil, I guess this would be it, without just jumping to the conclusion that Eris was Emu the whole time. But let me know what you guys think in the comments about Eris D. Tar on the sigil. I'm still not completely on board with it, but we'll see. And of course, check out Sai's channel. Have the link in the description as always. See you guys in the next one.
Peace out, guys.